Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a little rant today, kind of vent. Was thinking about something. It's something me and a lot of my trucker buddies have talked about off and on for years since I've started driving. And that is the fact that everybody in this country would be broke, homeless, and hungry if it were not for us truckers. Trucks literally move everything that is bought and sold in America, along with everything that is used to make the products that are bought and sold in America. Seems logical, but truckers are taken for granted. No one cares. You know, people fuss and gripe and complain because they get stuck behind us in traffic or get stuck behind us on two-lane county roads that can't nobody do nothing about. We can't help it. We're slow. On a good day, we weigh a little over 30,000 pounds if we're loaded light. About 35 if we're empty. On a bad day, we can weigh up to 80,000 pounds total. In some rural parts of the country, on these two-lane roads, you have hills that are steep. Well, we can't climb them very quick. Matter of fact, once I leave this mill, there's a hill I've got to climb. I'm only going to be able to do about 30 miles an hour up that hill. And it's about, I'd probably say about 1.5 miles, 2 miles long. Thankfully, this little hill has a passing lane, which means I can get over here and cars can still get by me. But not every place is like that. But people gripe because trucks are dirty, they're loud, they're in the way. The truck drivers, quote unquote, are inconsiderate. Most of the time it's the car drivers that are inconsiderate in my view. Yes, some drivers out there are just assholes. But cars don't like to let us in when we try to merge in off the interstate, because some people are just distracted by their phones. But some people just think that their cars, they're better. So for them to get over or whatever is just unheard of. Well, it's hard to stop 80,000 pounds coming down an on-ramp trying to get on the interstate. But the true reality is that without trucks, people will be broke, homeless, and hungry. Because material that's used to build houses are shipped by trucks. Food is shipped by trucks. If these plants aren't getting the merchandise to sell, they can't make no money to employ people, so they have to start laying people off, or people are out of jobs at that point. If the trucks in this country were to quit moving, it would bring the economy and the nation to a screeching halt. I mean, it would almost stop overnight because Walmart shelves would be empty, Dollar General shelves would be empty, because they couldn't get their product. And I make this video because I hope people will see it and realize just what a vital part trucks play. I'm not saying we need a whole lot of praise. I'm not saying we need a whole lot of, special treatment or anything like that. Just want people to be appreciative. Keep in mind that truck that you're passing going down the road is hauling something that's either going to a store somewhere or it's going to a plant that's going to be turned into something that you're liable to buy at a store later. It's liable to be turned into material to buy your next house, to build your next house. We are out here sacrificing our time with our families. Me, not so much anymore. I'm home daily, but I did it for years. We're out here sacrificing home time, sacrificing family time. We're away from our families. If we have a family emergency, we can't get home that easy. And for the most part, we sacrifice our health. It's hard to stay healthy out here on the road. I've put on about 30, 40 pounds since I've started driving. Go figure. And people don't seem to care, and they don't seem to understand. You know, cars, car drivers don't even realize that we have a clock we have to go by.
3 hours and 16 minutes of remaining drive time.
If you heard that, that's just onboard computer telling me I only have 3 hours and 16 minutes of remaining drive time. Of course, that's going to change here in about 14 more minutes because I'm working on a 30-minute break. But for any of you car drivers that see this, let me show you. If you can see, go up here to summary. See, we have a clock. I got an 8-hour break. I have to take a 30-minute break before that 8-hour break is gone. And then I can only drive 11 hours total a day. And I only have 14 hours to drive those 11 hours. And I can only work 70 hours a week in an 8-day period. So if I use that 70 hours up in 5 days, I have to take a 34-hour reset. And I explained this a little bit in a previous video. But we are regulated heavily. If you have a TWIC card, you're regulated partially by Homeland Security. You're regulated by the Department of Transportation. You're regulated by the FMCSA. We are one of the most regulated careers there is. And one of the most underappreciated. I would think that truck drivers fall somewhere like 2 or 3 in line of the most underappreciated jobs in America. I think American soldiers would be the number one that would be most underappreciated. I never had the chance to serve, so I can't really say that I have a dog in that fight. But driving jobs are dangerous. The advent of cell phones have made it more dangerous because people don't pay attention to what they're doing. They're too busy typing and texting on these damn things to pay attention to what they're doing. So if they cut us off and slam on brakes, we can't stop. We rear end someone, we can kill them. We could lose control and it could kill us. I think right now being a truck driver in the United States of America is like one of the most dangerous jobs there is. And we ain't paid worth shit, not nowhere near what we should be making. People look, oh, well, you make money just to sit and drive. Yeah, but look at what we sacrifice. Look at what we go through. Look at the stress we deal with from traffic, city traffic, having to think about this clock, having to think about getting that load there on time. No one cares. If you break down how we're paid, we ain't paid fairly. We ain't paid hourly. We're paid by the mile. And because of today's standards, we're paid Rand McNally miles, which is basically zip code to zip code. For example, the trip I'm making a day, one way is 205 Rand McNally miles, zip code to zip code. Actual mileage is 223 miles. So I'm driving 50 miles that I'm not even getting paid for on my hub miles. So when you take the fact that I work 60 hours a week, 55, 60, 65, up to 70 hours a week some weeks, and you take that and you take my weekly check and you divide that by the number of hours I work, I'm making sometimes less than $10 an hour, and I don't get paid overtime. Most of you that work regular 40-hour weeks, y'all get paid overtime if you go over 40. I don't. The system isn't fair for piece workers. In some industries, piece work pays better than hourly. And some industries, it's kind of hit and miss. Because if these wheels ain't rolling, we don't make no money. If we ain't got a load, we don't make no money. And people are like, well, surely you get paid if you get held up at a shipper. We do get detention pay. But most companies don't pay detention pay until after the second hour. So you have to sit there 2 hours for free before you start getting paid your detention. So, okay, you sit there 3 hours, you're only getting paid for 1 hour of detention. Which means you're basically giving your time away for free. Yeah, I bitch. And you're probably saying, well, why don't you get out of driving trucks if you hate it so much? It's not that I hate it. I just think the system's unfair. And on top of that, it's hard to find jobs in rural parts of the country that pay what truck drivers do make. I've got used to making the income I make in order to pay my bills and take care of my kids. So I can't go and work a $12 an hour job at 40 hours a week. I won't make enough money. That's just the way it works. So it is what it is. I just wanted to rant. You know, I felt like it'd be a good little rant for someone to listen to if anyone needed to hear it. But most of all, it's just something I wanted to put out there for the public. Anyone that sees it might, stop and think, we should be more appreciative of truckers. We should think about truckers more. We should maybe try to be more aware of them. Because it's a dangerous job for both us and the motoring public. We drive these massive vehicles, and most people don't realize what it takes to drive one, what it takes to be in one. But anyway, that's my opinions. I'm about to get ready to hit the road again, get back to Montgomery, and call it a day. Y'all have a good evening. I hope you liked the video. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.